Guys, it's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we're going to be discussing a company that I literally recently just talked about, and we're going to be diving into them a little bit more. So in the previous video about Hugh and Grace, we pretty much did a small deep dive talking about the products, the compensation plan, the policies and procedures, some of the hidden things that they don't want to talk about, and my honest opinions and inferences on the company as a whole. And with that, I was able to find a lot of trainings on a specific channel, which again, as a fellow reminder to anyone watching that is pissed off that I'm doing this, everything is saved. You don't need to hide it. I already have the shit. I had a bunch of trainings saved, and today specifically, I wanted to react to one that I found was definitely a good insight. Now, why am I reacting to these trainings? I'm reacting to these trainings because I want people to see what you're going to experience by joining Hugh and Grace in regards to what they're going to ask of you to do. Now, again, if you guys are new or want to be updated a little bit more about Hugh and Grace, what the whole company is, since it is a brand new MLM, I'll have a pop-up over here, linked in the description below, and I am making an entire playlist where I will be continuously reacting to trainings and such to further expose the problematic issues within the company. Now, let's actually hop into today's video. So before we hop in, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. And yeah, let's hop into it. So what we're reacting to is a December impact plan. This is posted up on the 1st of December. It's a training video apparently that is posted up on a lady named Sarah Jensen's page. She is currently being a top leader, I believe, and a founder apparently of Hugh and Grace, as she's labeling herself. Let's get into it.
Okay, you guys, welcome. This is a special month kickoff right now. Two Sarahs today, Sarah, Corey, and I, and we wanted to kick off the month. I'm going to do a little mindset training in the.
Oh, by the way, I do want to say this is the Rice Culture team, I believe, is what this is.
Beginning that I think is going to be really, really good for everybody. And this second part is going to blow your mind. This is a way for you guys to completely plan your entire month to really work this business sustainably, and something that's very, very intentional, and make your time very, like, you're already very valuable time. Pretty much everyone who joins this business has like more than full-time jobs, kids, running other businesses, you're super busy, you're in school, or maybe you have kids that are like teenager and you have like a lot going on, or empty nester. There's a lot going on in your lives, right? So we really want to teach you guys how to build this from a place where it's not overwhelming, it's something that you love, and to really show you that you can actually break this down into exactly what you need to do each day, plan it way ahead in the beginning of the month, and you will know exactly what to do. But before we do that, please feel free. I love to hear from you guys, any feedback you have. Last month was magical. It was a month end magic for sure. And I am so freaking proud of this team. I'm going to try to hold it together. It had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with you guys, and what you were able to accomplish, the belief that was going on, the energy that we had, the way you guys led with your hearts, the way you built sustainably without any sort of hustle or desperation. It was honestly so admirable to me. And I wanted to share this because the reason we had huge success in November, you would assume, is because we had big Black Friday sales, right? You just assume. Big discounts, big energy. Everyone's like, woohoo, like it's Oprah. Like we had freebies, we had raffles, we had Bright Friday, we had all this stuff going. But it was not the sale that really gave us the big results. It was a lot deeper than that. And that was because it was the belief because of the sale, because you guys had an energy. We all had an energy, and we started to believe, whoa, there's a discount. I see other people making sales. You started to believe that people wanted what we had. You started to believe that people wanted to be in this business because you saw people winning. You started to believe in yourself that maybe I can do this too. And you started having those feelings that got you into an action that created the results of starting with the thoughts you had in your head. Okay. So that is really what created. So I really want you guys to start thinking about, why can't we create this belief that you had from a Black Friday sale? Why can't you have this belief all the time? Okay, why can't we capitalize on this momentum we have right now and not go into hustle mode? We're like, oh my God, we can't let the sales go away. Like, why can't we just continue this kind of energy and belief sustainably forever? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we're going to have huge explosive months. There's going to be ups and downs, just like any business, but a sale that you made is literally your belief growing. Okay. So don't have mind drama about people can't afford products, right? Because we just had, you guys, what we accomplished by selling 4 products, like, let's really think about this.
Stop this and kind of discuss. She's talking about telling her team to not have mind drama about fearing the products being too expensive. So here's my thought process. If your team is fearing that the products are too expensive, that leads me to think that they're not making enough money, and that's why they think it is. They think that they're not doing well because the products are too expensive. So again, that's something that I truly think is alarming in general, because if they're not doing well or making any money, and then when they have a good month, they get excited, that means something's off. She's trying to push this belief thing. And again, this is something I talk about with all companies. There is a belief mentality that is pushed with all MLMs, to where they leaders are trying to encourage people to just believe, almost believe in a way where they don't believe in facts. So it's oh, you need to believe in the company, you need to believe in the products, you need to believe in everything, otherwise that's why you're not doing well. It's a victim blaming mentality in a sense, because when people aren't doing well, it's always blamed on them and the belief, and not the system itself and the business. Yeah, this is already giving me uncomfy vibes, but I am sure this is going to be a shit show from here on out.
We sell only 4 products. We did over 53,000 in sales last month, just our team alone. We did over 17,000 in sales in 2 days. You know, people want what we have here. We have an incredible product. People are getting results. These products perform. They're safe. They're meaningful. They're mission driven. There's nothing else like it on the market that's this clean. Right.
Again, I want to remind you guys, this is somebody that's in the medical field. She's a CRNA. Yeah. Anyways, she's saying that these products are unlike any others on the market, which is completely false. That is something that is easily we can debunk. And again, this is a problem. If she's so easy to lie about a product, what else is she going to be willing to lie to you about? She's saying that there's nothing else like this on the product. They have 2 serums that are horrifically expensive, a body bar and a body oil, which all the ingredients are easy ingredients that honestly I've seen Etsy shops with other individuals that are actually small business owners actually sell product-wise. Like, it's nothing new or revolutionary. She's full of shit, in my opinion.
So sell the value of the product versus selling the price. You know, that's not what it's about. It's really selling how these perform, how this mission is important. I don't know if you guys know this. Somebody really awesome to follow, I'm not sure if she's on here, Carmen, Wits and Wellness. She shared something in her stories the other day. Chronic disease in children is up 400% right now, which really coincides with the over 800,000 chemicals that have been introduced to all of our products in the food that we eat over the past, I think it's like 20 years or something like that. And it exactly correlates. You guys, this is something like, remember years ago, smoking was okay and they advertised pregnant women? Like, there's like literally old advertisers be like, oh, it's okay to smoke if you're pregnant. It helps you keep your weight off, because they didn't know, right? This is something that is important to share. So I really wanted to kind of set the tone for you guys, and also to don't look at your volume right now. We just had a huge month, okay? And every month it resets, just because that's how the commission goes, so they can keep track of it. You're never starting back at 0. You have already built a huge foundation. You have a client base, you have a team. So the numbers are never accurate in the beginning, okay? Because always think about your thoughts, and what you choose to think is going to fuel how you feel. Your feelings are going to fuel the actions that you take, or the actions.
She's saying that technically, even though every single month it does restart, like for example, let's say you're on rank 2 and you need to have a couple $100s in personal volume, personal sales, and then your team has to have almost 1,500, I believe. It does restart. Like, you hit your rank one month and you have to hit those same numbers every single month, or keep growing in order to hit a new rank. So it does reset. But again, she's trying to have the mentality of, well, don't think about the numbers, or don't think about the price. Don't think about that. Just think positively. That is toxic positivity, in my opinion. She's trying to encourage thinking good, and that's it. And, oh, don't worry. But people's finances are kind of on the line here. Kind of need to worry and keep up with it, you know?
Don't take, and that's going to determine your results. So really just be self-aware of it too, because you guys are absolutely amazing. I hope that was helpful. So with all of that being said, Sarah and I were talking, and she's one of our new senior mentors. Yay. Mm-hmm. That was huge. And I hope, as you guys are seeing a lot of people hitting these ranks, especially if you've been with us a few months, like our team's only like 6 months old, right? We're a very young team. We're a very young company. We launched right when the company launched. And I love this because I hope you guys can see like a lot of people that hit this past month, hit senior mentor, they are people who kept going when they thought nothing was happening. Right? Would you say that's correct, Sarah?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you were like, okay, like I trust you, Sarah Cole, but like for real, I'm like, I'm telling you, just keep it up. It's little bits by little bit. And you guys, that is the secret, is stick with it when it's boring. And also do not rely on motivation to do this business, because motivation comes and goes. And it's never, focus on vision, focus on building something bigger than yourself, focus on something that's going to keep you going through all those ups and downs, which is why we want to help you guys to remove any excuses that you can come up with, any sort of mind drama that you're going to come up with, a narrative you create to keep you in this safe spot. We're going to help you to feel more comfortable getting into the discomfort of this business and staying consistent this month, and see what you can really do. December 31st is a deadline for hitting founder for a lot of you. It's also the deadline to bring people in so they can hit founder. So I love that coincides. It's also the deadline for Cabo. Do not count yourself out for Cabo.
So, okay, already right here, you guys, we are having it to where they are actually starting up, I guess, brand trips. That's new. Okay, I would love to find some more information on that. They are right now currently trying to do the founder stuff, where like the first people that are in, apparently, is what it's being called. They are having requirements to rank up enough to where you can hit Cabo. I would love to know what that is, because most of the time, also, I want to let you guys know, most of the time in MLMs, in order to hit any trip, you have to have a form of recruitment and a high amount of sales, which if we look at the value of the trip versus how much you have to sell in order to gain the trip, you would literally be better off starting your own business and actually purchasing it yourself versus doing all this work for a company. But anyways.
You can earn it in 1 month. Okay? You can. Okay? I'm gonna plant that seed in your head. If you are somebody who's like basically at zero and you want to go for it, please reach out to me. I will support you. So with all that being said, we're going to reverse engineer December, and I'm going to do it along with you guys. I'm going to bust out my calendar and we're going to do it. So I'm going to pass it on over to my partner in crime over here.
Okay. So I guess I just also, to piggyback on that, like I got senior mentor, and like I'm like a regular person and am totally new to this game. Like I've looked into other companies and I've tried other coaching, but like nothing fit like this. And this is the first time like I've ever really tried this. So I'm like a regular person. Meaning like anybody can do it. Like, but like Sarah said, like you have to keep going when you're hearing a lot of no's and a lot of like ghosting and stuff. Like you have to keep trusting that, like Sarah always says, the iceberg, like the results you see are up here. Because people will reach out to you like 3 months later, which happened to me yesterday. Like I didn't even know they were looking at my stuff. So just keep consistent. Sarah Cole knows what she's talking about.
Because I failed many times.
Right?
Failing forward.
Okay. So let me put this in. Oh, wait. How do you do slideshow?
Oh, I do slideshow. Yep.
All right. So December impact planning. Can you guys see that? Okay. It's like,
yeah.
Okay. I gotta minimize the faces. Okay. So the rule, I'm just gonna go over like what we talked about the last meeting, if anyone is watching this like on a recording or hasn't ever heard of it. So basically in like the sales world and our world, to get one conversion, meaning a sale or an enrollment, you have to have a lot of touch points. So like 10 points that we're going to talk about later, 10 activities will lead to 3 conversations with a person, which will lead to 1 conversion. So you're going to get a lot of ghosting and no's before you get the yes, is basically this rule of 10. So always remember that. Did it flip my screen? Sorry, I'm like so bad at this. Why isn't it letting me use the arrows? There we go. I guess I have to click it.
Okay, there you go.
shit, here we go. All right, everyone, buckle the fuck up because now we're getting into a system. Let me explain this a little bit to some people who might be confused. They're saying you have to have 10 points to have either a sale or someone join you. 10 points. All of these things over here on the screen she's showing right now is showing things that are valued at 1 point. Anything that moves the needle in the business is what they're saying. Any one of these is valued at 1 point that you need to do in order to possibly get someone to either buy from you or join your team. Oh, fuck me, this is gonna get bad. This is what they're wanting you guys to do, by the way. This is what they're gonna ask. This is literally what they're gonna try and make all of you guys do if you join this. And I'm gonna explain why it's not worth it here soon.
Okay, so what is a point? Like we talked about 10 points equals, so anything that moves the needle in your business, okay? So like posting on social media, in your stories, and the rule for stories, like one set of stories is a point, not each slide, because like it's one business post. Posting in Facebook groups, like some people use like side gig groups in Facebook to kind of reach out and get recruiting, do recruiting in there. But like I find that that's really hit or miss. And so just posting in like 5 groups in one day is just 1 point, basically. 5 new social media connections. This I'm going to kind of talk about later is really important. So every day, especially I do this on Instagram more than I do on Facebook, really looking in like hashtags or people like where your ideal client lives. You look there for them and start interacting with their content. Like not necessarily like, do not send them a cold message like, hey, stranger, but find someone that you think would be in your ideal client or ideal advocate and start interacting with them and building a relationship.
Also, don't forget, when they say advocate, they're talking about promoters, like anyone that's joining the company trying to run it as a business opportunity.
I also added, I should have added it over here, but when you start growing a team, I feel like following up with your team members and like doing coaching with them if they need it also is a point, because we need to like nurture our team and help grow that. This one is important. 10 to 20 intentional interactions. This grows from here. So we're making the new connections on social media, but we have to nurture that. And that means like, especially in stories, like interacting with their stories, because that gets you in their messenger. And then sometimes conversations will just happen like, oh, hey, are you a CRNA? I am a CRNA. Like,
okay, so the first thing, business post, something talking about the business. The second thing is a business story. Stories talking about the business. Posting in Facebook groups about the company. The 5 new social media connections. So pretty much, I'm assuming, following people that you would want to work with. Then 10 to 20 intentional interactions to build relationships. So that means interacting with someone's stories, commenting on their posts, something that's interacting with people. And then the goal is, from what I'm seeing, is to start conversation. So they don't cold message. But you know what they do is make fake relationships. And this is something I'm noticing with a lot of companies. This is completely true. A lot of people, what they'll do instead of cold messaging, they will literally say, you need to make friends with a bunch of people. And then after a little bit, you slip in the business opportunity to them, trying to get them to join you on them. And that is one of the most nastiest things. Again, fuck everything about this, but I would prefer someone to cold message, because at least you're upfront and true about your intentions, instead of talking to someone, trying to be a friend with somebody, and then letting them down when they realize that you're literally there for just a fucking sale or for a teammate, which is a $sign. It's so freaking nasty. If your main focus is to do this to get people on your team, that's not a business opportunity. You should be able to actually sell products and do well with it. If you have to focus on people this much, that's not a real good business opportunity. That's called a pyramid scheme.
You work, how's COVID there? Like I've had like conversations with people like that I want to recruit eventually, and we're talking about like work.
See what I'm saying? The goal, she wants to recruit people, but she's trying to make a fake relationship and just have conversation to get to that point. Her end goal is to just get you on her team for money. This is fucking gross.
So having like a list of like 10 to 20 people, depending how much time you want to spend each day doing this, who you're kind of like gently targeting them. Because
I know I'm pausing this again, but she says this list is for every day. Look at all this for every single day. Focusing on people, the goal of recruiting them. Oh, and targeting people and making fake relationships. So what part of this sounds healthy and wonderful? the Hugh and Grace company that's apparently supposed to be trying to give clean products. What about a clean business concept? Yeah, this is why I'm talking about this.
You like them and you want them to be on your team. So every day or whenever you fit it in, you decide to fit it into your schedule. You have your list. I keep it in my notes section in my phone. So then I can like look at my notes and be like, oh, let me go look up blah, blah, blah. See if they posted. If they posted, you want to comment like meaningfully, like not a bunch of emojis or a generic, like, oh, I love this, like really like a comment, like, because that boosts their engagement and that builds them up. And then they notice your content, like they'll show up looking at your stories. So this is important, like the intentional interaction.
Still, imagine putting, this is what they're going to ask people when these individuals, Sarah Jensen and whoever the hell else is in here, they're going to ask you to do this. She's a part of this call. This is their team training. They're asking people to write names of social media individuals in a fucking notes list and then go interact with them with the hopes of recruiting them. So this is not real. This is fake. Imagine being one of those people that was recruited that way. You're on this team call. This is gross. This is not normal or okay.
Once you're building these relationships, then you can do the authentic reach out, because you don't want to spend like months, I feel like, without bringing it to the business side. Like you kind of have to feel it out. If they're responsive, if you like what they're putting out there, then you can, I can give like language, what I've used that has gone over well, that people are like really complimented. You want to like build them up and be like, I really like what you put out there. I'm with this company, blah, blah, blah. And you have to do it. You have to like do it after you have relational equity with them, or else they're just going to think you're spammy. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you're also going to make people think that you became friends with them just to use them. What the fuck?
Every reach out is a point. So you get like so intentional interactions is like 1 point for a lot of interactions, because that's like takes time. But the reach outs, like that's hard work, and you get a whole point for that. Following up with your customers is a point per message, because our customers, like a happy customer is like lifetime income generation. So the more you can keep them happy, the more they will buy things from you. And then customers are often people that will turn into advocates later down the road.
What am I gonna pick up today? Hairbrush, bingo. Okay, I bought this. This is a Kristen S. It was from Target, right? Love this thing. It's phenomenal. It's pretty great. Imagine me buying this off of online, right? And imagine me getting later a fucking email from Kristen S saying, hi. So I saw that you purchased my stuff. Thanks. I have a business, and it's a business opportunity attached. Do you want to join? We don't buy products to be have someone reach out to recruit us. That's fucking gross. If you still, again, think about this, you guys. Their entire focus is recruiting people, not even genuinely selling products, recruiting human beings. If your main goal all the time for the month of December, every single day, is trying to recruit a person, that is not a real business opportunity, a real good ethical thing at all. This is gross. But they're trying to kick off this entire business, the Hugh and Grace company. This is what we want to be doing? Fuck this.
They are sharing with them about them, like with their family organically. So why wouldn't they make a commission? And then a warm lead follow-up is like someone who's maybe reached out to you from a Facebook group and you've been chatting, and then you just, follow-up. So follow-ups are worth a lot of points. Anything to add to that, Sarah?
No, I love this. So I want you guys to realize what this is. This is literally monetizing your social media scroll. This is using your time there intentionally. So like when you,
Sarah, you don't know a damn thing about social media. Monetizing your social media would be somebody like me. Like, for example, I literally just today posted up a story and I put up a link, which, okay, this one's not an affiliate, but if it was an affiliate, that's monetizing your channel. Right now with my YouTube channel, this is monetized. This is fully monetized with all the content that I post. This is not truly monetizing your page. This is randomly harassing people, messaging them, and pretending to be friends with people for a fucking gain.
First look at these points, you're like, oh my gosh, this seems like a lot of time on there. But I mean, let's all be really honest with ourselves. How much time do you spend on social media consuming? You can start to, I honestly, robotically, automatically do this stuff as a habit, not because I think I'm working my business anymore. How cool is it to make money from a habit that you can create? So it takes time, but how cool to be able to do that, as opposed to spend a lot of money up front opening up another type of business or a coaching business or aesthetics business or whatever, spend all this money where you're honestly doing all this stuff as it is.
This is what makes me mad. People that put themselves on pedestals, that try and suck you into a business opportunity that is statistically proven to fail. Small businesses have a way higher percent chance of doing well and growing than any multi-level marketing company, period, in regards to the business opportunity. Other, like literally gambling has a 10% chance higher of making you money than an MLM. No, a small business, people start small businesses all the time for not a lot of money at all. Even if there was a startup cost, the chances of it actually providing you well, you actually own this completely. It's not through a company, you own it. The opportunities are literally endless compared to this. And trying to be like, well, this is an easier way of making money. Also, again, there's other ways of making money online through habits and things that you love to do. For example, my channel. I love creating content. I love commenting on multi-level marketing companies and educating people and calling out the predatory individuals that participate in them. This is a major part of my income. You can do that, and this is an everyday thing for me. Her trying to act like this is the main way of doing it, this is so freaking disgusting.
To be able to build it, because social media is where it's at, where you can really kind of generate some clients, you know? So, yes, I just wanted to add that.
Okay. And so like when Sarah says like, I'll show you how to monetize your social media, this is what she means. But to like a layman person who like, we haven't been in this business for as long as Sarah has, we're like, what is she talking about? This is it. Like, these are the activities. And then I'm going to go.
If that's the way you monetize your social media, then I must be doing it wrong. No, they're doing it completely wrong. And if monetizing your social media means trying to message people in a fake way, that's fucking gross and that's not even true.
Through now how to like kind of plan that out. Okay. So we're going to talk about our schedule for the month. I put a cute little calendar here. And I crossed out Christmas Eve and Christmas. I just want you guys to see that. So Stacia puts this calendar. They just sent it in an email today. I'll put a link. I think this one's handy to print out because you can see like on your days that you're working when they have calls, you know, like you can just kind of like have that in your mind. But I want you guys to look at your calendars. If you have them, if you have a digital calendar right now, however you want to do it. And we're going to like do this. So I want everyone to mark off Christmas Eve and Christmas because no one's working on those days. I don't think you should unless you really want to. I think you should focus. Like personally, I don't like to work on Sundays unless I'm like, maybe like I would have worked last Sunday, you know, like, cause it was the Black Friday weekend.
This is something that I think is actually a little bit new, and I will again, I'm not clapping for a fish that's swimming, right? But I'm still going to say this is better than what I've normally seen. The calendar, they're saying that they encourage taking days off, which I agree. I think everyone needs to take days off. Do I find that rare in a lot of multi-level marketing companies with people's trainings? Yeah, most people don't always encourage that.
So this is how we're going to plan our workday, okay? So like we have a volume goal. We're going to divide by our number of work days, and we're going to use an average sale of $150. And then we're going to use that factor of 10 we talked about earlier. So do you guys I can go back to this if we need to look at the formula again, but I want to give an example. So let's say like everyone here can earn SAV, like it's 100% possible, and you do not need to recruit a single person because you can do it from sales. The organizational volume for SAV is 800. So our volume goal is going to be 800. Your work days, you have 17. Let's say you have 17, you're going to work. If it's less, maybe you're only going to work 14. That would change the math. Your average sale is 150. So you have 800 divided by 7.
You guys, I think if you're new, this is the one just to focus on. I think senior advocate is such a perfect thing to go for. You're going to be making between $250 and $350 a month doing this. And it's going to fuel other things. Like you're in this company so early that you may start to build a team, and they're also going to be working towards senior advocate. Most senior mentors, it's having 3 senior advocates on their team. And then usually one bumps up to mentor as well, and you're there. So even just focusing on breaking it down for this, then all of a sudden the following month, you're like, wait a minute, that's why we told all of you guys, go for senior advocate in November, at the end of November, so we can set you up for senior mentor in December.
Like my go-to is always a post, but we cannot do business posts every day. What's your take on value posts? Okay, so I was actually going to talk about this, so thank you for asking that. I think that the general rule for content is like 80-20, 20% business, 80% other value. And I really feel like the more I talk to people, people are like, I don't have anything of value to put out there. And I think that like everyone's selling themselves short. Like I was trying to think of topics like mine are pretty, like I think we all have our business we can post about, and we all have endocrine disrupting chemicals and hormone health. Like that's a pillar we can all post about. And then like I do like mom stuff, you know, because I have little kids. But if you're like Lynn on my team, her kids are older, she loves her dogs. Like, why can't you have a day where you post about your dogs? And like, if you love like books, I feel like you could do like every Tuesday a book review, or like find something you're interested in, because the people that are interested in your stuff will then start following you, and then they'll be like, oh, what's that skincare she does? Look how red my face gets when I get worked up, by the way.
You're passionate. I love it.
Sorry, you get worked up. So everyone has value. Like whatever your hobbies are, like don't sell that short, because you don't want to post about your business every day, because then people will be like, well, oh, do value posts count as points? I don't know.
That's funny. Do value posts, aka anything outside of the business, count as points or count towards the business? I personally think probably not, because they're not actually providing any way of getting people onto your team. It's not about the business, but let's listen.
Well, test it out and see if it gets you to your goals. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Weight Watchers points. Like I'm like, ooh, am I counting my points? Well, I lose my weight this month. That's probably because I was like a little lax on my points. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not an exact science, you guys. This is not like this is going to guarantee the results, because what is really going to create the result is when you have the thought, I'm going to do some little coaching here. You have the thought, I have no value to bring. I have nothing good to share. No one cares about my posts. I want you guys to really think about, how does that make you feel? Right. Like think about that. Like it probably makes you feel deflated. It probably makes you feel like meh. Right. And that energy is going to probably create some actions that are you're probably not going to post. Right. And then you're not going to get results, which is going to be like, well, I was right. I have no value to give. I was right that whole time. And you're going to pat yourself on the back, and you're going to stay in that comfort zone and just not do anything. Right. So I'm going to challenge you to start to think like, actually, I do have something that people need, and it is selfish. It honestly is, because what you're doing when you are afraid to show up and you're afraid to share this business with people, you are making it about you and not them, because you are afraid of what they think of you. And really,
woohoo! So Miss Sarah coming in with a fun manipulation tactic. I love when they run with the, oh, it's selfish for you to not share the business. So again, making people feel bad for not is so gross, because again, statistically proven these companies don't work. Like, but oh, it's selfish. No, you're being a selfish fuck for pushing this, because you know that if your team doesn't talk about it and post and get people recruited, then you're not going to have a fat paycheck every day month. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. That is it for today, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay glowing, my beautiful queens. Love you. Bye.